Good morning, Wabash. Speaking today at Pioneer Chapel will be Tom Runge with this talk titled, Bumper Stickers, NASCAR, and Professional Wrestling, Simple Lessons for Life. Tom Runge, call sign Grunge, was born and raised in a beautiful Midwestern town, Crawfordsville, Indiana. He selected 2 colleges for continuing education, Ball State and Wabash. He says the application for Ball State was just too long. Following graduation from Wabash in 1971 and equipped with a low draft lottery number, he joined the Air Force to become a pilot and avoid the draft. Over the next 26 years, Grunge flew every model of the F-111 fighter. He served in Southeast Asia, various bases in the US, and twice was assigned to RAF Lakenheath in England, his favorite. After retiring from the Air Force, he tried various career paths, but nothing quite equaled flying fighters. He retired for good in 2016. Grunge is married to the love of his life, Carol, and they have 3 sons and 7 grandchildren. Grunge can trace his extended family attendance at Wabash back to 1915. In addition, Carol is an honorary alumni of Wabash, and his son, Chris, and grandson, Owen, are alumni as well. Grandsons Carson and Max are students here. Let's give a warm welcome to Tom.
Whoa. You haven't heard me talk yet, so I wouldn't be doing too much clapping. First of all, thanks to the guys in the Sphinx Club. Appreciate it. It's a great honor for me. I was going to tell you that I'll remember it for a long, long time, but I'm lucky to remember what's for lunch today, so just bear with me, all right? Some of you may have heard that I was not the greatest of students at Wabash College. That's true. That's why my appearance today might go into some kind of Wabash record book for some reason. You see, there are only 2 bold words on my Wabash transcript. The first one is academic, and the second one is probation. You didn't even know that was a thing, did you? If Vic Powell, legendary speech professor during my time, was here, he'd be thinking that the Sphinx Club ran out of speakers before they ran out of semester. Robin Pebworth, my academic advisor, would be probably in total agreement. After my initial pride in being selected to talk at chapel, of course, what happened logically was the panic really set in, right? Oh my word, I've seen so many guys up here, and oh, jeez. You guys have had a great parade of speakers. Basically, the question I had to think about over and over again was, what the heck does a poor, dumb fighter pilot say that makes a difference in your lives? What could I possibly add to your Wabash experience? A small part of me thought, just bear with me for a second, about talking about photosynthesis. Have you had that chapel talk, photosynthesis? You haven't? Okay, good. Whew. Why photosynthesis? Why? Because 57 years ago, sitting in the science hall that stood where Hayes is now, that was a question on the Bio 1 final. I sat there and drew a complete blank, and I swear I stared at that question for a good 30 minutes. You probably already figured out I was not a bio major, right? But then my brain finally kicked in. I rationalized that I didn't need the 30 points that question was worth. Right? Right? Because I had already secured a solid D. That's Delta and not Bravo. A solid D minus. I know you don't want to see pictures of our kids and grandkids, and you've already heard that 2 of our grandsons are here now. My lovely bride, well, I should say that there's a chance another grandson is going to be at Wabash as well. He shows up on admitted student weekend. As you can figure out, my wife, Carol, an honorary alumna, is a great recruiter for Wabash College. If Chip Timmons were here, I'd say to please increase Carol's pay. Any talk of my chosen profession is probably better held off campus, just so you know. So I figured the only thing I could do today for you is to talk about something meaningful to your experience, but in a way that you may not have heard before. So my subject today, really well thought out: bumper stickers, NASCAR, and professional wrestling. Now, help me out here, though. Has President Feller, Chief of Staff Amidon, Dean McDormand, or even Sarah Drury given you that bumper sticker talk here? Have they? Okay, good. Whew. I was worried about that. I enjoy reading bumper stickers. I really do. They've become somewhat of a lost art, but there are still plenty of them around. They can address tough issues, they can make political statements, and sometimes they even show you that stick figure family that drives around in that minivan. You know the ones I'm talking about. Bottom line, they can say a lot in a small space. They can communicate. Some of my favorites. Life is hard. It's harder if you're stupid, right? Now, I debated that a little bit, but then I tried to think about, is the stupid one driving a car, or is the stupid one following a car? I don't know. Anyway. Anybody in here thinking about getting married after Wabash? It's okay, you can hold your hand. Oh, wow. Okay, this one's for you, especially. Love is grand. Love is grand. Divorce is $100,000. Just keep that in perspective, okay? You know how many lawyers have gone to Wabash? You got to think about it. A few years ago, some bumper stickers turned into billboards. They were plain black and white billboards with printed messages from God. My absolute favorite: what part of "thou shalt not" don't you understand? Of course, some young men here at Wabash have been in the bumper sticker thought process for a long time. When it comes to the subject of wildlife preservation, and specifically certain species of birds, some Wallies are right there with their bumper stickers expressing their support for the small black and gold birds that live on that campus just south of us. I think you know, I hope you get that, right? Little birds, okay, good. Finally, and this is one, there's a couple of these I've actually seen on a car in front of me, and this is one of them. This was on a SUV, big SUV, rush hour, Chicago, Dan Ryan Expressway, okay? That sets the scene. It said, I have PMS, be afraid, be very afraid. Now, I did the gentlemanly thing. I immediately slowed down and changed lanes. Bumper stickers just don't communicate. They also tell you something about the person in the car, right? And it can provide a little entertainment when you're following somebody to see a bumper sticker and go, wonder what that guy's like, and why is that a 27-year-old car he's driving, right? Try these. See if you can figure them out. Cover me, I'm changing lanes. That's a black, big SUV with tinted windows in Washington, D.C., I guarantee you. Or there's the keep honking, I'm reloading. Right? Right? Yeah. Picture that. It's got to be a 4x4 pick-em-up truck with more than a little rust on the side, right? And you can name whatever state you want. You can find those there. Now, here's another one. Seen it all, done it all. Can't remember much of it, okay? That could be on anybody's car who's about the same age I am, just so you know. And the last one is another bumper sticker I have actually seen. It was on a 30-year-old Ford full-size sedan. Four-door, of course, with a gray-haired couple riding in that bench seat in the front of the car. They were going, I swear, at least a good 10 miles per hour below the speed limit, okay? They were just hauling nothing. The sticker was too big for the bumper. It really was. So it was plastered on the back window. And it said, in big, bold letters, NASCAR. Honest to goodness. 2 senior citizens, racing fans, NASCAR? But you know, NASCAR is a different kind of racing. It's down-to-earth, good old boy racing. NASCAR supporters drive around with those 3s and 24s and 88s and plastered all over the cars. It's one of the few times you'll actually see a $50 bumper sticker on a $49 car. Several decades ago, I was on a work trip through southern Indiana on one of my very first school visits as an admissions guy. The high school counselor was a very nice lady, and she asked me to come into her office and talk about the school. When she opened the door, I was greeted by a 7-foot-tall cardboard cutout of Jeff Gordon. No kidding. But we all know that Jeff Gordon might be 5'8" in elevator shoes. But in her mind, it didn't matter because he was larger than any NBA center out there. To NASCAR fans, it doesn't matter that the cars aren't the same as the cars you drive. It doesn't matter that the engines aren't the same. It doesn't matter if they race around an oval a gazillion times. In their minds, NASCAR is the best kind of racing. But no sport, and I use that term loosely, no sport anywhere comes close to professional wrestling in the number of rabid fans. Pro wrestling is a sport where the fans are as much the entertainment as the wrestlers themselves, right? See, yeah. The crowd sits there screaming at every move, knowing that the winner has already been decided. I have never been able to figure that out. I remember when I was young, watching professional wrestling on a black and white TV, with the rabbit ears up there. My dad said, "Tom, you know that's all fake, right?" And I said, "Fake? They're beating the snot out of each other." He said, "No, they're just acting out those moves. It's not real." I was crushed. I was absolutely crushed. Dick the Bruiser was my all-time favorite. So what do bumper stickers, NASCAR, and professional wrestling have to do with you guys, the Wabash men of today? I think it's simple. Everything you do, everything you say, everything can be a bumper sticker, your bumper sticker. Every paper you write, every project you do, everything you touch is a bumper sticker that describes you. And by way of association, it describes a Wabash man. So, just a little earlier, we envisioned bumper stickers and thought about, what kind of car is that on or what kind of driver is that? Your bumper stickers do the same thing. And keep in mind that your bumper stickers are often seen and evaluated before you are. Think of that little piece of paper we call a resume. That's a bumper sticker. That's your bumper sticker. Make sure everything you do in life, no matter how small, is the kind of bumper sticker you want. Because bumper stickers are hard to remove. Everything you do, make it your best effort. While you're trying to do that, your best, don't treat life as a NASCAR race, okay? Here's what I mean. A NASCAR race, whether it's 400 or 500 or 600 miles long, finishes at the starting line. At the end of the race, after tearing through tires and engines and racing fuel by the tens of gallons, the winning team gets back to the starting line first. Don't do that. Attack every day with a plan. Attack with the idea of making progress. I'll just cut you in on a little knowledge. Some days you'll make great progress. Other days you're going to claw your way back to where you started. That's called life. But the true champions in life's race are those who learn from the tough days and build upon the good days. Plan and evaluate, always evaluate. Remember, if you're not growing, you're dying. And finally, don't act like a professional wrestler. Don't fake anything. Don't just go through the motions. You may think you're putting on a good front, but your acting doesn't fool many. You can always test your performance. This is something I learned a while ago. Look at the guy you shave with every day in the mirror. If he won't look back at you, he's ashamed. And you'll know what to do. If you can't be trusted to do the right thing, you cannot be trusted. Period. There's no footnote on that puppy. There's no nothing like that. okay? So there you have it, in poor, dumb fighter pilot lingo. Have a plan, do your best every time. Learn from success and failure. Do what's right, don't fake it. Everybody still with me? Good, good, good. Whew. Before I close, I want to share a quick story with you about one of my bumper stickers. In the spring of 1971, my last semester, I was married to my lovely bride. She was working full-time. I had 2 jobs, and I was also a full-time student here. One of the classes I needed to graduate was a econ independent study class with the late Professor Stephen Smutty. At the last minute, I turned the paper in, and I hoped and prayed it would be good enough, because I needed that. I needed it to graduate. I passed the course. You can probably already guess. It's not a B, but another delta. It was a tough life, I gotta tell you. My bumper sticker that day still haunts me over 50 years later. And I'm gonna try to read this without stopping in the middle. This is a note from Professor Smutty. Tom, I know you need this class to graduate, but this was not your best effort. I know you're better than this. That paper is a bumper sticker I'm not proud of. I still own it. I still own it today. Whew. I don't ever cry. I just sometimes have these allergies, that kick in. Pilots don't cry. They just have allergy attacks. I looked for a bumper sticker that summarized these simple concepts, and I couldn't find one. But here's what the bumper sticker would say if I could. I am a Wabash man, and Wabash always fights. I am a Wabash man, and Wabash always fights. Thanks for having me.
A few final announcements. Tomorrow, volleyball takes on Adrian College. And golf travels to Illinois Wesleyan. On Saturday, track and field is hosting the Huntsman Family Invitational. Show up and show out. Then, the baseball game on Sunday has been postponed to Monday versus Oberlin. Thank you all for attending. Now will you all please rise and join me in singing Old Wabash. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, from the hills of Maine.